What's up guys, Bobby back here with another video. I know, 3 in 1 week. Pretty crazy stuff. But here we have another mod for the Ricer truck, as well as some other stuff I want to talk to you guys about in this video. But before we get this video started, I want to talk to you about Dollar Shave Club. For me, shopping for razors at the store is more of a chore than anything. You get there and search through rows and rows of different razors, and then hope that the one you picked is the right one. With Dollar Shave Club, it takes all the guessing out of that for you. So if you're like me and sick of the nonsense at the store, now's the time to try out Dollar Shave Club. For a limited time, Dollar Shave Club is basically giving away their daily essentials starter set to new members for only $5. This starter set features their executive razor and 3 trial size versions of their most popular products that help you stay fresh and clean. In your first box, you will receive their shave butter, body wash, and One Wipe Charlie's butt wipes. You will also receive their executive razor, which includes their premium, weighty handle, and full cassette of cartridges. After the first box, replacement cartridges are sent for only a few bucks a month. This offer is exclusively available at dollarshaveclub.com/MVT. That's dollarshaveclub.com/MVT. So what are you waiting for? Click the link below and check out Dollar Shave Club's razors today. So if Dollar Shave Club is something that you are interested in, make sure to check it out. I know with my beard, I still have some trimming to do, so it's helped me out a lot. And I'd also like to thank Dollar Shave Club for sponsoring this video. It helps us get awesome stuff for the Ricer truck, like this and other mods that otherwise wouldn't be possible. So first off, y'all are probably wondering what the hell is in this box. If you haven't figured it out already, I'll show you. So here are the shock absorbers. This lowering kit, I believe, is 2 inches in the front, 5 in the back. So right now the Daytona has a leveling kit on it, which the previous owner put on it way back whenever I first got the truck. But from factory, the rear is higher than the front just for towing purposes so the truck doesn't sag. And I think that's just how most trucks are made. But what this kit does is it will lower the front using coil springs and new shock absorbers. And then the rear will also use new shock absorbers. It's either a flip kit or it relocates the leaf spring underneath the axle. It's one of the two. I think it relocates it underneath the axle actually. So that's what's in this box. This is what we have coming up for the Ricer truck. I think it'll make it look awesome. I just have to find a nice day to do it, which today is pretty nice, but I'm kind of busy. And B, need to find someone to help me with it because it's just about for sure a 2-man job. So as you may know, a while back I had a list of things I wanted to get done to the Ricer truck, and I've accomplished most of those things, although it took me longer than expected. The only thing left I really have to do is put new decals on the truck, as those are still faded, put this lowering kit on I have behind me, and that's pretty much what I wanted to accomplish on the Ricer truck before I was ready to move on to something else. So over the last few weeks, I've been trying to decide whether I want to continue doing stuff to the Ricer truck, or if I want to start on the Datsun, or if I want to save up for a big mod on my Challenger. The Challenger has probably been on the back of my priority list, just simply because of this chart I'm about to show you. We have a chart here. I may lower the camera down a little bit. So we have this chart here. This is the doll hair chart. You can see it's labeled a little of it, some of it, and all of it. These are doll hair amounts. Here we have the Datsun, next we have the Ricer truck, and finally we have the Challenger. As far as funds, the Datsun will take the least amount of funds to do the most stuff to it. The Ricer truck is at the sum of it range, where it will take the middle amount, and the reason the Challenger was on the back burner is because it will take all of it to do stuff to the Challenger. Now let me explain this a little more in depth. Let's start with the Challenger, okay? The Challenger, as you can see, takes all of it. So when it comes to my Challenger, it doesn't need to be lowered, so lowering it isn't a mod that needs to happen. I can get upgraded brakes, but I'd rather make my car faster, not slower. And I have new wheels for it. wider tires in the rear. Basically, you know, new hood. I basically have all the cosmetic stuff done to that car except a couple things. So with that being said, basically for a Challenger, and I have long tubes, full exhaust. That's another big thing to do for a Challenger because the factory manifolds are trash. So there's a couple ways I could go. I could get a cam like Max and be sitting at a little over 400 wheel horsepower, which is a significant upgrade, but it's not enough to get me excited, and if I did that, I wouldn't be able to boost it later without getting forged internals. So that's why I was steering away from the cam side of things. I could get a ported throttle body, but once again, that doesn't really help me much without a boosted application. Different heads, same deal. So all paths for the Challenger lead to one thing, and that's been looming over my head for the past year, and that's a supercharger. So here's my issue with getting a supercharger. Yes, I want a supercharger. It's going to cost around 6 to 7 grand to get a Pro Charger or a Roots kit, and that's just not the kind of money I have to just throw at something like that. And not to mention, my girlfriend is still driving the Ricer truck, so the car being down a couple days, I wouldn't have transportation. So that's what limits me on doing that. Although I think that's probably the mod I want most out of like any of these, but that's why I haven't gotten a supercharger. You know, 7 grand is a lot to throw at something like that. Now, if I could get one for around 2 to 3 grand, whether it be used or, you know, someone would like to sponsor one for a discount, you know, I would be all for that. But that hasn't happened so far. So that's why I'm leaning away from doing the Challenger or any mods to it. So the next we have the Ricer truck. The Ricer truck, it's kind of a tie between the Ricer truck and the Datsun. The Ricer truck right now is probably the most meh thing I drive. It's slow, sluggish, anything you can used to describe the word slow is what it is. With that being said, it is also from 2005, so I risk breaking stuff if I do stuff to this truck. But also with that being said, so it's in the some of it range because since it's such an older vehicle, the mods are much cheaper. I can get a set of long tubes for around $500 to $600 because with a truck you have minimal routing. You know, you have a lot more room to get headers down through, so they can be made less intricate, I guess. But that would be around $500 or $600, and then I can pick up a cam for I believe $600 to $800. And I could have a cammed long tubed Ricer truck for around probably 2 grand. So I could spend about 2 grand and have all that done. I could get it tuned and everything for that. And that would, 1, produce a lot more content, 2, make the Ricer truck a lot cooler, and 3, make it a lot less sluggish and meh. With that being said, it would still be slower than the Challenger, I'm afraid. But it would sound awesome, and the exhaust would be so much better. So that is choice B. So that's what I could do to the Ricer truck. Once again, superchargers, still too expensive, 5 grand, don't have that kind of money to throw at it. So the last choice is the Datsun. The Datsun is the cheapest for the simple fact that it's basically a junkyard build. I can get a 5.3 LS and a T56 for what I'm hoping to be around 2 grand. And I know it takes more than just that to do the swap, but you know, I've looked into it and researched it quite a bit, and it's not really that difficult as long as you have, you know, the ECU wiring harness, get engine and trans mounts for the 5.3. The only thing I haven't looked into is everything from the output shaft of the transmission back. So that's what I got to look into. But other than that, as far as mounting everything in there, it doesn't seem like it's going to be too difficult of a job. There's been so many people to do it. So with that being said, I could get that stuff for the Datsun for around 2 grand. The issue with that arises into sourcing the parts. You all don't know this, but I was about 4 hours away from getting a motor and trans for the Datsun, but the guy sold it out from underneath of me before I could leave my house to go get it. So I wasn't able to get it that day. But That would be awesome for the Datsun, because I could go ahead and cam the 5.3 before boosting it. I could cam the 5.3 and do the internals and get that tuned and everything before, I even put it in the car, so it's a lot easier to do and stuff like that. But it's just a matter of getting the parts for a right price and so on and so forth. But if we did choose to go the Datsun route for modding and for the next step of the channel, I could go ahead and do a lot of the body work, maybe do a 5 lug conversion, and maybe find some new wheels or something for it. I could do a bunch of the body work as it is right now and drive it around with the motor it has in it. Maybe do a eBay turbo on the motor it's already in it, and if it blows up, fuck it, I don't care, because I'm not going to use it and no one wants to buy them. So these 3 ideas is what I've had running around in my head. So this is where I want you guys to decide. Save up money for a supercharger for the Challenger, work on the Ricer truck, or would you want me to start on the Datsun next? It would start off with some body work, getting that panel replaced, 5-lug conversions and stuff like that, until we can work up to finding a motor and trans for it. So what I want you guys to do is type down in the comment section below, do you want me to save up for the Challenger, do stuff to the Ricer truck, or start on the Datsun? Let me know. I'm going to let you guys decide this. It's kind of important. This is where the channel's going for at least the next few months. So let me know which one of these you'd rather me work on, which one sounds best to you all, what do you think you would find more interesting, and we'll go from there. Alright, so now that we have that out of the way, I actually have a package I got from the post office from one of you guys, and I would like to go ahead and open it. I actually left it at the post office for 3 months and it almost got sent back, but let me get it. It says Reno Wrestle Factory from Reno, Nevada. So let's see what the old Reno Wrestling Factory has sent me. Oh shit, son. You guy looks almost like Stone Cold Steve Austin. I know he's probably gonna come to my house and whoop my ass for saying that. We got a man with a manly beard and another guy who is getting fucked up. And we have a t-shirt. RWS F Wrecking Ball APW. I don't know what that is, but still a pretty nice shirt. Oh shit. Got an old school California license plate. Now, it was a long time ago that I said for y'all to send me a license plate, but I still want license plates. I have a spot on my garage. I'm gonna start hanging them. So if you have license plate from different states, make sure to send them. If they're old, that's even cooler. This one's from California. Even if you're in Canada, I will take Canadian license plates. That's cool shit too. We have another license plate. We got 2 more. So we had that one. We also have this black California license plate. I don't know how old these are. If y'all are from California, let me know what year these are from. And then we have, oh dude, this one's cool. We have an Alaska plate. I never thought I'd get an Alaska plate. So we got an Alaskan license plate. And that's it. So we got an Alaskan license plate and a black and blue California plate. So if you didn't know, the P.O. box is still open. If you'd like to send me anything, go ahead and send it. I still check it all the time. I just don't get much except spam and stuff like that. But this is definitely some cool stuff. So Reno Wrestling Factory, I didn't see a letter or anything in there. But whoever you are, thank you a lot for sending this out to me. So once a week on the weekends, either Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to make a video similar to this one where I either talk about car news that's going on, if there's anything interesting like the Ford stuff that happened a couple days ago, or if there's new news for the channel, if there's something exciting that's going to happen, or if I need to ask you all an opinion like I did today that is pretty important, or if there's just another topic we should talk about. So if that's not your thing, I understand, but that's what I want to upload on the weekends, just so I have one day out of the week where I can touch base with you guys. you know, let you know some weight loss updates and stuff like that. I gave you a weight loss update in the last video, so you all know what's going on with that. But yeah, I just want to, you know, have one day out of the week where I can just sit down and talk to you guys like this. So with that being said, I hope you guys make sure to comment down below telling me what you want to see done on the channel next. And if you haven't triggered notification bell, make sure to trigger it so you know exactly when to upload. I'm getting back on a schedule, so you want to make sure to not miss a video. So that's all I have for today, guys. I look forward to the next few months and hope you all do as well. So I hope you enjoyed your weekend. I'll catch you all later.
Run it up, she in the club. Run it up, she showing love. Run it up, she wanting some. Fucking all these commas up.